right, guys, when it comes to exterior materials, we all love the look of natural wood, but natural wood comes with its own set of problems. Here in Utah, where we see a lot of freeze thaw, we have a lot of different weather. We'll go from 0 degrees to 110 degrees. Natural wood is not the most ideal material to use. However, it can still be used and we use it a lot. So this is a great option. This is a standard cedar material that we would typically use in like a soffit inside of a ceiling. This comes in multiple different grain patterns. You can get D and better, A and better. In this case, the two samples you're seeing here are an A and better cedar, which just means that it has no knots in it. And the cost of it obviously is a little more expensive. A D and better, you would typically find a few knots in the material, but it is a lesser expensive option, but you still get a similar look. So in my market, the D and better is about $450 a linear foot, and the A and better is about $590. Now, depending on where you're at, your pricing is going to be different than mine. This is just going to give you a really good baseline to try and understand where things are from low to high, but you'll always want to call your local supplier to find out what your price is. So cedar, tongue and groove, great option, probably the least expensive option that we have here on the table. It does come with maintenance. It has the ability to rot long-term. It can be affected by pests and all kinds of things. And obviously it is not fire resistant because it is true wood, but gives you that beautiful, beautiful look that a lot of people love, and we still use it all the time. In a soffit application, it's highly likely that you will have to restain it every few years, but it's not something that you're gonna have to redo every year just because of where it's applied. If you were using it for an exterior siding, you're gonna have a lot more maintenance that'll come with that. So that's your traditional cedar material. The next option we have here that is still a natural wood. This is a Western red cedar. This has a vertical grain, which just means that it's nice and tight. If we compare that to the standard cedar, you can see the difference in the grains very clearly. So this fine line gives you more of that vertical grain look, a little less of the cathedral graining, a more simple, what we would consider more modern look. This stuff is really great. This is made by Dolly Varden. This is 6-inch or 4-inch, just depending on which one you'd like. And it comes from 5-foot to 20-foot lengths. This is a great option if you're looking to do a natural wood still and you're okay with having to restain it down the line. Still gives you that beautiful, beautiful wood look. This one is much more expensive. This in my market ranges $7.15 a linear foot. So that is a natural reaction to a vertical grain wood. Just because of how they have to get the vertical grain, it's naturally more expensive. And I'm sure you've seen that a lot in your own markets if you're looking at really popular things like vertical grain oak at the moment. It's just naturally more expensive. So that one is on the higher end. It is not the most expensive one we have here on the table, but that's $7.15 a linear foot. Those are both natural wood options and they're wonderful, but in a lot of cases, the clients don't want maintenance. They don't want long-term maintenance, or they're looking for something that is fire resistant, mold resistant, pest resistant, whatever it may be. Another big thing in our industry is recyclable materials. So I have some synthetic options for you that kind of range from one end of the spectrum to the other, but I'm gonna walk you through all of those options and show you my personal favorite. So first here on the table, we have NewTek wood. This stuff is great. From a distance, it definitely looks like wood, but it is a plastic composite material.